crime rate in the country is so high, there's only so much we can do to feel safe and try at least to ensure our safety. A non-profit security scheme has partnered with VumaCam to take security measures in and around Johannesburg to the next level. Chief Operating Officer at the Community Active Protection Initiative, Sean Jammy, joins me now to tell us more about this initiative. Sean, people generally feel very much at the mercy of the SAPS when it comes to safety. There's only so much you can do in terms of safeguarding your own home. But a lot of crime, of course, takes place on the streets of Joburg. So how is this new camera initiative going to help safeguard Johannesburgers?
CAP has been working with VumaCam for the past roughly 3 years to roll out cameras within our environments. And I think the answer to your question is it's not a silver bullet. It's not something that immediately eradicates crime, but it has been an extremely valuable tool. What we found is that if one takes a more holistic view to crime and one rather looks at crime as a citywide issue and works to create a safer city rather than safer pockets, one can have much more success. And that's something that's really dear to our hearts at CAP. We're a non-profit. We believe that everybody deserves to feel safe. And together with VumaCam, we've been able to roll out a network that encompasses a large portion of Johannesburg, including those sections that are more economically disadvantaged. And we're quite excited to be able to embark on the next phase of this journey.
Of course, CAM has a very proactive strategy in dealing with crime. You said you're a non-profit. You have, of course, security officers deployed in marked vehicles, and they do patrols. But in addition to that, you have very much a community information-based approach to community policing. Tell us a little bit more about how that connects into this VumaCam project.
Sure. So we call it an offensive strategy that we've taken to crime. So rather than adding vehicles or in-suburb measures, we've decided to understand the criminals that prey on our communities and take a more offensive strategy, work to capacitate the SAPS to go and apprehend suspects, and not just work with the SAPS to arrest, but to work with the National Prosecuting Authority to follow these cases through the judiciary as well. So, yeah, the whole ethos is to try and be more and more proactive about securing the environments or securing our stakeholders, I guess.
So cameras not only act as a deterrent for criminals. If they see them, they know they're being filmed, but also, as you said, in terms of prosecutions, the evidence that they provide is absolutely vital in putting people behind bars. But the logistics about controlling such a big network of cameras, tell us about how that's all put together and who's in charge.
Yeah, so that's where a partner like VumaCam has been invaluable. VumaCam's part of a much bigger organization and has been able to really invest in not just the cameras, not just the hardware that we see, those poles that we see, but also in the back end, in the software, in being able to make sense of this massive video footage that's created. But perhaps more importantly, also to make sure that it's done so securely, while making sure that people's privacy isn't impinged on in any way, making sure that data has the integrity to follow up through the judiciary, and it does hold up in court. So, yeah, I mean, the VumaCam network is far more than just the cameras. It's the cameras direct theoretical benefit one gets from more cameras. So to answer your question more directly, CAP will be working with each one of our communities to see how we can fund this initiative. We've been lucky enough to fund it from the outset, but there will be a small amount per household that can be levied or that can be contributed by each home in order to continue to build this network. And I believe VumaCam is trying to work with with the more sort of typical security industry to get them involved as well. I think they've had great uptake from most security companies, and they're asking that other security companies work to make that funding available, to make a small amount per home in more privileged areas available, so that our community can be protected more holistically.
Well, thank you so much for telling us about this project. That was Sean Jammy, Chief Operating Officer at the Community Active Protection Initiative, and they're partnering with VUMACAM.